Hello, welcome to this week's Nintendo Review Vault. Today we're going to have a wee look back at Super Mario Maker. It's quite a recent title. More specifically, going to be looking back at a few levels I created back when I was playing this regularly. So we'll just go into play here, and I think it's Course World. I haven't seen these levels for quite a while, so it's been interesting to see if I remember all the wee secrets and stuff that I put into them. So let's see, there's 6 levels here. We'll go back and start with the very first level that I created. This was back when all the items and stuff hadn't been unlocked yet, so I imagine the design is quite basic. So we'll see how it goes. I do remember there being some sort of issue with it where I had created it in such a way where I wanted you to get a fire flower to beat the level, but you can actually just beat it with a shell. So yeah, I think my levels got a lot better after this one. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. You can only get that if you're big, and there's a wee item at the start, but we don't need to worry about that. Because like I say, you can beat it much easier. And there is that fire flower, which was supposed to be all important, but in reality isn't. Oops. So the design was that you couldn't really get... Okay, I need to go back and get another shell. The design for this one was basically that you needed a fire flower to get down here to kill these enemies, but obviously if you have a shell you can just do this. So, although I suppose you have to avoid this hazard. Oops. You know what? Let's just play it safe because I don't really want to die here, so we'll just go and get rid of it. Because chances are I'll be dying plenty of times in the levels coming up. Okay, so there's the wee arrow. So the problem with Mario Maker really is there's no real incentive to collect stuff in the levels if you're doing like the 10 course challenge or whatever, because all you would have to do is get to the finish of the end of the level. So my thinking was always to have a way of being able to get to the top of the flag if you done all the good stuff in the level. But hopefully they sort of rectify that sort of thing in a potential sequel. So yeah, that was pretty straightforward. Sinking Skulls is the next one, and you'll notice most of mine are designed around the new Super Mario Brothers U skin. Partly because I'm not all that keen on the NES look. And also because it gives you a few more moves that you can carry out, like you can do wall kicks and stuff. Again, pretty sure I was limited with what was available here. You see the wee block to the left there, you can just go over there and get like an extra life, which again isn't that important. And this was also designed at a time before the checkpoints were available. I haven't played. Oh, I feel like I haven't played a Mario game for ages. guessing that's probably just an extra life down there as well. Oh, no. Okay. I do remember a wee secret up here. If this is a proper Mario game, you might have like a big star coin up there or something as an incentive to, oops, to explore more. I think I'm remembering these levels quite well. I'm pretty sure there's a secret down here too. Yeah, I think this is a sneaky way to beat the level because there's Bowser at the end of it. Oops. There we go. So next we're going to go with wall kick wallways, and you might see from the wee diagram there at the very end of it, there's actually those wee pink bars going up. It's actually 4 different ways you can finish the level, and they all take you to different heights of the flagpole. So I wouldn't actually mind showing all of those. So we'll see, we'll maybe edit the video together here. But we'll see what we decide when we get to the end of the level. You'll also notice that there's obviously the course IDs before each course there. So if you want to play any of these, obviously go onto your Wii U and download the course. Or even if you want to tweet, if you want to tweet us some of your courses, and then maybe we play it in a future episode. I always like my wee secret areas. Pretty sure that's just an extra life down there. So this bit here's always found it quite tricky. I remember my brother hating this level whenever I got him to play it. He thought it was quite difficult. So yeah, here we are. This is where we see all the 4 different paths at the end of the stage. So I'm going to take A here, and then I'll fly through the level again. I'll maybe edit bits of it out and try and see what all the different sections are like. So we'll go up A first. I'm assuming this is the most difficult way, possibly, because this will take you to the top of the flagpole. Although it's not that difficult so far. This bit might be a little trickier. And the way it's designed is, if you fall through the gap, you've got no way to get back up again. Like that. See the way it's blockaded off, so I can only really get to the bottom of the flagpole. So you could sort of see the way it was across the top there with the wee musical blocks there. So like I say, I'll come back and edit that there. We'll go on to the next stage now. Next up is Mario and Koopa at the Olympics. Obviously this was inspired a little by Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, which to be honest isn't that great a game. But I've always kind of liked track and field on the PS1. So I wanted to make like a sort of kind of track and field game, which obviously you can't really do properly in here, but the tight time limit means you have to really speed through this here. So the first section is 100-meter sprint, and you've got an opponent there, the wee Koopa on the top, and if he beats you, you can't make it past the gate there. So next is the hurdles. So this is Koopa again, a wee bit trickier, so you have to make it over these. Definitely against the clock. Long jump. Now these are really precise. You need to jump right at the last second or you're not making it. So one more left is the triple jump. This is probably the hardest part. Oh. Okay. You can see with all the wee X's there, quite a lot of people have died at this section. What are those sound effects? What was that? I've never heard that before. Anyway, we'll try it once more here and see if we can beat it. I don't understand why it wasn't just the normal death sound there. What was all that whispering and stuff? Uh-oh. I think I've messed this up. Oh! Thank goodness for that. Oh, messed it up again. It really is like very fine margins there. So next up is probably one of my favourite ones. It's actually a Super Mario World style. It's called Basket Bomb. Part of the reason it's in the Super Mario World is because the way you throw the bombs is different, and it wasn't really working in any of the other the other Mario games. So, but Mario World is one of my favourites, so no problem there. So there we go. We've got bombs coming down from the pipe, and you have to throw them in here to clear the pathway. We'll just ignore that lack of skill there. Oops. I'm making more of a villain of this than is necessary. Right. Right, this is this is getting embarrassing now. Right, lad. It really isn't this difficult. Right, surely that's it this time. There we go. If I didn't do it that time, I was going to edit out all those mistakes. So you'll see it says versus Goomba. Up there's just probably coins and lives and things, not important. So go in here, and we're playing basketball again. Or sorry, basket bomb. But there's Goombas in the way this time. Let's just get rid of that Goomba. Go. Again, there's just wee lives and stuff scattered around as sort of incentive to explore, but we don't really need them here. So we're against Koopa this time, which is a wee bit trickier again because you'll see the basket's quite a bit higher here. I've done that surprisingly quickly. So yeah, we need to use the Koopa to bounce up off there as well. There we go. Probably gonna mess up something stupid here, maybe not. So forget the name of these guys. Spiny or something? No, probably not. Oops. Oh, I'm really gonna mess this up now. Oh no! Okay, so I've just made it back to where I previously had died. So we'll see if we can make a better go of it this time. Definitely much easier when you just get rid of him. There's a light. I can't even remember how you get down there to get that. Oh yeah, use a bomb. Duh. Okay, let's see if we can make it to the end of the level now. Not a particularly difficult section, it's just about being patient, which is difficult. Oh, I do have one more. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember now. So yeah, we're kind of in trouble here if we don't do this relatively quickly. Thank goodness. So let's make it through here. Oh, and he makes it disappear too. Oh, I saw that sound effect. It was quite funny for those. Can we go in there? I guess we do. So this is the end of the level. Music and everything. Jeez. Okay. So you only have one opportunity there with the bomb. If you don't make it, you just have to go through the gate at the bottom. So yeah, quite a fun level actually. The most annoying levels I found in the game are when you're playing and it's those automatic music levels. Like, they're cool and all, but they're just not fun to play. It's just automatically, you just go through the level and you don't press any buttons and it just finishes. It's like, where's the fun in that? So yeah, final level then is called Bullet Time. It sort of revolves around bullet bills. And it's probably the most in-depth level here. This is whenever they introduce like the pink coins and there's checkpoints and stuff. So it's probably my best one. So hopefully we agree whenever we go through it here. And hopefully I make it through it. I'll try and get all the coins and stuff. So you can see one sort of tantalizing there at the start. But that's actually the last coin you get, I think, from what I remember. So yeah, there's quite a lot of having to time your jumps on the bullet bills. So there's 1 coin. I think I remember this level quite well, so maybe should be able to get them all here. Oops. Oh. Go. Back underwater again. Obviously this little line of coins is there for some reason. I always try to use them to sort of lure you in towards things. Oh, and there's a fire flower, which obviously comes in handy to get up here. Obviously if you don't even have a mushroom, then you wouldn't be able to make it up here at all, because you wouldn't be able to get through that block. But the fire flower helps a lot as well to get rid of those guys. So there we go, there's coin number 3, we're doing okay. There should be a checkpoint up soon. We'll just wait for this to go past. There we go, and there's checkpoint, and there's another red coin. Oh yeah, you have to bounce off to get it. There we go. Now there is a way across there, but you'll notice these coins as well. If we jump to try and get them, you'll see a wee place to climb. And this is actually probably the trickiest part of the level, or one of. And obviously don't need to do this to get to the end of the stage. This is just if you want to get the red coins and get to the top of the flag. Fairly sure there's another red coin. Yep. Okay, we're just over halfway there. I think this is maybe just yeah, it's another fire flower. We'll just keep that there, although it'll probably disappear in a minute. So yeah, those saws look a wee bit scarier than they probably are. There's one hiding behind the swamp. Just made it out. There's obviously the way up there, it's normal, but you'll notice that this doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so you can go underneath. You'll either notice that on your normal playthrough, or you'll actually come across the top of this section here and you'll see the coin underneath, and obviously try to wonder, how do I get to that? Or that's the intention anyway. So one more red coin to go. Fire flower, not that we need it. Okay, probably not a level for newcomers. Oh, this might be the hardest section actually. And there's the door and the finish, so we could just jump up to the finish there, but I'm gonna go through the door. And there is that coin there. If you're silly enough to jump up through the section at the top, you'll have to go through the whole level again, and the time is maybe going to be against you. Just go back through the door, and there we go. And here we are at the top of the flag. And that's all of my levels. So yeah, hopefully we get a sequel on Switch, or at the very least a port, because there's probably some unfinished business there. It's the sort of game you could probably spend so many hours creating countless levels, but it's so hard to find the time. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you want to submit any level codes to me or anything, or get any of us to play it, you can send them to me on Twitter at Negunando, or our Nintendo Review Twitter at Nintendo_review. And I will see you next week. Thanks.